So I could have killed him off of his combo if I would have canceled this crouching fierce into heavy backfist combo into level 3, but I miscalculated my meter. I thought I had more drive gauge to do one more drive cancel, but I didn't have it. So obviously the drive cancel didn't come out, so I dropped the combo, and now we're back in neutral, but I'm burnt out, and he has about 3 bars. So pretty much any low forward into anything is gonna kill me, even with this much life. And the reason why I'm trying to break this situation down is because a lot of people think that, oh well, Street Fighter 6 doesn't have footsies because we have all these game mechanics like drive rush, drive impact. But there are, you know, situations where you are gonna have to just use just old-fashioned ground-based footsies, depending on, you know, how your opponent plays, right? So I don't have any meter to drive rush. I don't have any meter to drive impact. So I pretty much have to play this old school. So in this situation, I know that if I eat a low forward into anything, I'm gonna die, right? He has 3 bars. He can do a drive cancel into CA, into death, right? And he also is aware that he has low life. Anything that if he gets touched by anything, he could die too. So in this situation, we're both being real cautious. We're in neutral, so I see that, you know, he's a calculated ground base Akuma, right? And he has drive gauge. So if I eat a drive impact into the corner, I'm gonna die. So in this situation right here, I do a scissor kick, right? But it's a poorly spaced one, right? I do a medium kick one. It's poorly spaced. Now he could have punished me for this, but he didn't, fortunately. And I jumped at him because I'm just desperate to get away from the corner, just gain some space. He couldn't anti-air because he had already committed to a button. And I try to shimmy him right here. You know what I mean? I try to shimmy him, but he doesn't fall for it. He walks back, and we go back to neutral. So now this is the pretty much next hit kills scenario, right? So I know, like I stated before, if I get hit by a low forward into CA, that's going to be it. So I'm worried about that low forward. Okay, so you see I'm walking backwards, trying to, you know, stay out of that range. He walks forward, right? And he's being pretty cautious too. He's not really committing to it. You see how he walks forward, he blocks. Now he could have caught me with a low forward right here, because Akuma's walk speed is kind of like crazy. And I believe in Burnout, it affects your walk speed as well, it makes you slower. So he could have caught me right here, but, you know, fortunately he doesn't, right? So we're back in neutral, and I'm kind of like trying to bait him into walking forward and throwing the button. So I'm kind of being passive, but I'm also walking back. You see that? You see I'm kind of like walking back, but it's kind of like I sound like I'm kind of like stuttering back, right? I'm standing still for a few frames and walking back. I'm trying to get that crouching medium kick to whiff. I'm trying to whiff punish him, right? But he's not really falling for it. You know, he's being real cautious, real calculated. So he's just walking forward and blocking. Right, so I see that, okay, the crouching media kick hasn't come yet, so I do a slight walk forward, right? I do a slight walk forward, and that little walk forward, you know, because he sees that I kind of like change my rhythm, like out of nowhere. I changed my my movement pattern out of nowhere, and that caused him to kind of take a step back. You see that? A little step back. So I walk forward, and that little step back right there, right? So he's like, you know, once I walk forward, he's like, oh shit, like what's going on, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I kind of walk forward, but I don't really commit, right? So I walk forward, he walks back, and I don't commit, okay? So that gives him kind of like this like feeling of, okay, the coast is clear, I can walk forward. And I know that, right? Because I know I got a really good read on how he moves. So I pretty much got to read that he's going to walk forward, right? He walked back, but I know he's going to walk forward, right? He walks forward. I commit to the crouching medium kick. Bam. It's a scissor kick. Into death. And it's just those little things, right? Those little tiny little, you know, tiny little reads you have to make based on how people move. You have to really pay attention to how people move. That's what separates, you know, the intermediate, you know, the pro players, is that they can recognize those tiny little things in people's movement to pretty much capitalize on openings, right? So I just want to show that. If you guys like the video, go ahead, like and subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, see you in the next one.